All right, so how to create webinars for a business, and we're gonna go over two different types of webinars here, and here's proof. Look, you only need one webinar, you only need one to work, you only need to run one, you only need one ever. I mean, you could literally run it for years, make millions of dollars. Here's proof of just like 6 months of running a webinar and phenomenal results, okay? So who is this for? This is gonna work for you whether you have a product, a service, you are knowledgeable, you have expertise in a particular area. And webinars, keep in mind, you do not wanna be running webinars unless you intend to sell a product at least $500. And honestly, I would really recommend that you're at 1K or higher, okay? Any product lower than really $1,000 for really scaling, you don't need to be on webinars. So gonna actually in this video show you how to create webinars for business, and I'm gonna show you the systems, the process, the key elements that you're gonna want in your webinar. And please do not take this lightly. This is for those of you that do not wanna operate at a 5 or 6 figure per year level, okay? We've done millions of dollars with webinars, wanna be able to show you how to do the exact same thing. It's not rocket science, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, okay, no wonder, duh. So I'm gonna be screen sharing with you, showing you all this. So the very first thing is, there's a couple different things that you can do. Definitely ignore everything else on the board here. Like, this is business model stuff. There's deals that we're working and everything like that. And I can't erase it because like, it's important. I need to remember all of it, okay? Appreciate you guys watching this video. Webinars are just great, okay? If you wanna learn how to do webinars for business, it's just gonna be one of the biggest assets to your business, especially if you're online or you're trying to take your brick and mortar online. So the very first thing is you need to go live until. Go live until, all right? What's that? GLU. You need to GLU. You need to glue. You need to glue yourself. And the reason I'm saying go live until is because you need to go live, do live webinars until you have a webinar that is converting, it's producing sales, okay? Because once you create an automated webinar, sales are going to deplete a little bit because it's not as interactive, it's not as live, it's not as real. And so you need to have a live webinar that converts to be able to take it evergreen and actually have it convert on automation where you're making sales in your sleep. And in a little bit here, I'm gonna show you how we're doing that. As a matter of fact, on this video, we're going to have a giveaway. You're gonna have access to one of my funnels as well, so you can see how this is set up. You can learn more from me. So really good video, don't go anywhere, okay? So how a webinar works is you're gonna have a landing page or a registration page like you can see right here. And you can see on this registration page, there's basically a headline that says how to do XYZ or how to make money online or how to get followers on Instagram, whatever the case may be, okay? There's a little picture of me. There's a few compelling points that would incentivize people to register, a couple buttons to register, they click through, okay? Now, this particular page is on an evergreen webinar. So what would normally happen is you'd have a landing page where people would register. It's got a headline, got a picture of you. It's got some explanatory points that explain what it is that this is about. This would incentivize them to register. Once they register, here's what's going to happen, okay? Let's say that you're conducting a webinar and today is the 1st, okay? Today is the 1st of the month and you are going to conduct this on the 5th of the month, okay? So when they register, they receive email follow-ups reminding them that there's a webinar today, or excuse me, that there's a webinar on the 5th, okay? So they'll have an email that goes out right after registering. Congratulations for registering. Make sure to have these things ready. Block out a couple hours of your time. Once again, it's at this date and this time. Here is your live link. You'll want to be able to click this link right at 7 p.m. EST on the 5th. Do not be late because chances are your spot in the webinar could get bumped. We have this software. It only has room for this many people. You're gonna learn this. We're gonna be handing out these bonuses. You wanna make sure to immediately remind them in email sequence that you've got this webinar coming up and why they need to attend. And each day you drip, and you string them along reasons why they should attend. Typically the day of your live webinar, let's say your webinar is at 7 p.m. You want to have something that goes out, let's say 9 a.m. You want to have something that goes out at maybe 3 p.m. And then you want to have something that goes out at like 6 o'clock and then 6:45, okay? And that 6:45 email is going to say live now because emails sometimes take a little time to send. You don't want that email scheduled right at 7, arriving at 7:15 and being 15 minutes into your webinar and having people show up late. So that's what you do. You go live. Once you go live, you're gonna do your webinar, you're gonna do your thing, your pitch is gonna be at the end, and those that buy are gonna go onto the order page. go onto the order page, they buy the product, they get access to your product, boom, 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 boom. Now in a little bit, we'll talk about, but Ben, what's the webinar supposed to look like? How is it supposed to be structured? What softwares do I use? We're gonna cover all of that in this video, so don't worry. Plus, we're gonna cover a couple giveaways. I've got one of the things we're gonna be giving away in my hand, so I'm not gonna show you what it is. You can guess, okay? We're gonna talk about the things that you do in between, how to structure your webinar. Now, in a live webinar, you wanna do this until it converts. Now, I've done webinars where, I don't know, I've literally done maybe 300 or 400 live webinars, okay? 300 or 400 live webinars. Looking back, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have needed to do all 300 or 400 if I had access to sort of more of the right information. If I had access to the right tools, access to the right mentors, access to the right structure to put the webinar together. Looking back, what I would say is that, look, you're not gonna get it right the first time. There is a process. You're gonna go live. You're gonna see some people buy, some people don't. Maybe you get no sales. Don't be mad if you don't get any sales. That can happen. By the way, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe if and only if you want to learn how to become a 7 or an 8-figure entrepreneur. I'm not here to train you to be 6 figures. I'm not here to train you to earn your first million, okay? $1 million is not enough. You've seen it in my webinar intros. You've seen it in my YouTube intros. $1 million is not enough. $1 million is nothing. Everybody will make $1 million in their life. Most people will make $1 million. The amount of time it takes, that's where you create efficiency and success. And $1 million in the online business, in the educational world, is nothing. Okay, I'm not here to teach you to be average. Multiple millions per year and above. So you want to go live until good data is have 100 people minimum on your webinar. You want to have 100 people minimum on your webinar, okay? Because at 100 people, you should be able to have enough to tell where there's drop-offs. Maybe you get 40 minutes into your webinar or 20 minutes, people drop off. Maybe this is where you pitch, you lose some people. You end up with, let's just say you end up with 40 people at the pitch and then 4 of them buy. Just an example, whatever the case may be. If you have 20 or 30 people on your webinar, it's not enough data to figure out what's working, what's not. So I would say that you want 100 people on your webinar each time you go live. And once you have a live where it is converting between 6 and 10% or more. So 100 people live, 6 to 10 sales. That webinar is satisfactory to take on the road, go evergreen, and put automation behind it, where you're literally automating it. People can schedule when to view it, okay? You don't lie to them about being live, but you make it interactive. You can have comments stream in. You have your call to action at the end. You have your pitch at the end. You can literally take the recording of this, plant it in your evergreen funnel. People can schedule times to see it a couple times during the day or the next day, whatever the case may be, and they can go through a similar process. Go live until you have that webinar that converts. Now I'm gonna get into in a second here what a webinar looks like, the context you wanna have in it, some of the key elements of the funnel, of the actual webinar, the type of softwares you'll be using, how to get this out, and in a little bit, you're gonna be able to have the opportunity to get access to one of my webinars and one of my funnels so you can see what it looks like, and one that has done very well and made millions of dollars in revenue, okay? So this evergreen funnel, what happens here is now you can take your webinar that you did here and you can plant it, okay, in your funnel. It's gonna go right here. A little bit different process that happens here because you're gonna take somebody through an evergreen landing page where they register. And what changes here is instead of them registering and having 7 days that go by and they attend a live and then they order. So what actually happens here is they register and then they pick a time, and usually what it's gonna be is they can watch it right now in the next 15 minutes and it'll bring them right into what we call the live room. It's not live, we call it the live room. And if they pick a date in the future, let's say it is tonight at 7 p.m. and let's just say that that's 5 hours from now. They're gonna get that and then they get emails reminding them of 7 p.m. And as soon as they hit that time, it actually distributes them a confirmation video saying, hey, it's Ben here, congratulations. If you're watching this video right now, it means you've just registered for the webinar. Now, once again, don't go anywhere, 2-minute video, very important to make sure you maximize your webinar experience and to make sure that you're able to take action on everything you're gonna be learning so you can start making money. Show up to the webinar early. Make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper, okay? Make sure you show up early because we have a software that only facilitates XYZ amount of people, and if you show up late, you could get kicked off. Now, make sure you block out a little bit of time, turn off all distractions, and you want to make sure that you're attending from a computer, because if you attend from a cell phone, the webinars take quite a bit of bandwidth. Your buffering experience, your experience actually attending it might be bad. You might get cut out. It might drop off. So block out 2 hours of your time, show up early, and make sure that you have a pen and a piece of paper. Be ready to learn and take action. Do not take this lightly. We won't be doing this again, so please make sure to show up. And it goes to a confirmation video. And you can even tell them in that video, you should see your date, the time that you've scheduled just to the left of this video, so make sure to grab that. And you also might see a link, which is a copy of your join link, so make sure that you click that on the day and the time that you've scheduled. Thank you so much, Ben Oberg. See you on the webinar, okay? And so they register, they pick a time. If they pick a time that's right now, it'll bring them right into the live room. If not, they schedule for later that day or the next day. It goes to a confirmation video, and then an email sequence that brings them back in. Then they attend. When they attend, it actually distributes to them the recording, all right? Because you went live until, then you took that live one and you embedded it on your evergreen funnel in the recording area, okay? They attend and they order, okay? That is how webinar funnels work. Now what you might be asking is, one, what should I have in my webinar, Ben? How should it be structured? How long is it? What do I say? What do I teach? And two, what about all the people that don't buy? Okay? What about all the people that don't buy? So first of all, before I dive into what about all the people that don't buy, let's talk about what you need to have present in your webinar, okay? So when you have a webinar, you're typically going to have a, hey, you made it. Congrats, you're here. I'm so excited. Today's webinar, we're going to cover, and in the very first slide, you have how to make $10,000 per month in the next 30 to 90 days. Even if you're brand new, even if you're a complete beginner, even if you have no tech skill. All on today's training, okay? And you have a first slide that's like that. It sets the standards, it sets the stage for what they're gonna be learning. Okay, so the very first part of the webinar is, welcome everybody, you set the stage. And then in the next couple slides, you're going to explain, okay, who is this webinar for and what are we covering today? This is for you if you're trying to make money online, if you haven't found that thing yet that you can put in your back pocket and rely on to have sustainable online income. And this is for you even if you are gay, straight, fat, tall, skinny, 10, 99, 100, whatever the case may be. This is for you. And then your next slide. Things that we're going to cover today. The 4-step process to starting an online business, minimal overhead, low startup costs, and you can do it from anywhere, and all it requires is a phone, okay? You're gonna learn the 4-step process today. And stick around because throughout this webinar, we're going to be giving multiple bonuses. Now, what I want you to understand about this is when you say stick around, because throughout this webinar, we're gonna be handing out bonuses. And for those of you that stay until the end, you're going to be able to win my guide on XYZ. You're gonna be able to get my entire sales funnel that you can copy, plug and play to be able to start doing this yourself. The reason that you're doing this is because you're incentivizing them on, look, you need to stick around because here's all the things that we're learning. You're confirming the promise you've made to them. They're gonna learn this. And then you're setting the stage for, here's what you're gonna learn. It's a 4-step process. Easy, digestible, okay? And then if you stick around to the end, throughout the webinar, we're gonna be distributing this, and at the end of the webinar, we're gonna do this. That's going to incentivize them to stay throughout the webinar. And the reason that's really important is because obviously at the end of the webinar, you're going to have your pitch, okay? So that's what the beginning of the webinar looks like. As you're getting into the meat of the webinar, you have 2 parts. You have your story, you have 3 parts. You have your story, the epiphany, and then the training. Story, epiphany, training. So the story is now, who am I and why should you listen to me? My name is Ben Oberg. I'm 26 years old, millionaire by 24, founder of Millionaire Mafia. I used to work a 9-to-5 job. I spent 4 years in sales. I came from the car business. I have no college experience or degree. I'm not qualified on paper to teach anything that I'm about to teach you, but I have all of these results. Testimonial, video testimonial, student testimonial. I've been able to travel, been able to do this, but it wasn't always so. And this is where you introduce the struggle. You're relating. Look, I worked the 9-to-5 grind. I got sick of it. I was depressed. Nobody believed in me. And never be unethical about this. Never lie. Always come from the heart and be truthful about this. I never put out stuff that is not deliverable, that I can't back up, that I can't verify, okay? All truth. Relate. And then your epiphany. And one day, something changed. And you know, for me personally, it was a guy DM'd me on Instagram and said that he paid me $35 to post a picture for him. We ended up settling on $27. And that was literally the first bit of online income I had ever made. Hey, smash the like button if you're finding value in this video so far. I'm really excited that you guys are here, and I want to continue talking to you about how to create webinars for business, for your business, because it can and will work for your business if you follow the process I'm laying out in this video, okay? So I made $27, and that was a turning point for me. I'm like, I can do this. I can figure out how to make money online. And that ultimately led me to teaching people how to make money on Instagram. I've been able to make tens of thousands of dollars per month on Instagram, and it's allowed me to live an awesome lifestyle. And I've been able to take that income, accelerate into other areas, and just keep growing it. So that's one of the things that I teach people. And so after I have that story, the epiphany, I introduce the process. And this is where I'll usually spend 20, maybe 25 minutes teaching. This teaching part, there's a fine line. This is the secret. It needs to be valuable, but not too valuable. If you go over the top in value, and then you get to your pitch, people go, no, I've got this, I can do it on my own, okay? And then they don't buy your product because they feel that they can completely do it on their own. So the teaching section needs to be valuable, it needs to be actionable, it needs to be applicable, and it needs to teach, but it cannot teach too much and so in depth to the point where they're like, great, I've got all of it, I've got the whole system, I can do this on my own, okay? So you teach 20, 25 minutes, relevant, valuable, actionable. Once that teaching is done, this is where you have the transition to pitch. And once you start pitching, you pitch. You don't go back, you pitch, okay? And so this is where you go like this. Now, you might be feeling like this. Okay? And you have a picture of something. Could be a girl there's a famous picture of a girl spraying herself with a sprinkler. Mino, the editor, the guy editing this video, go on Google Images, find the girl that's got the sprinkler. She's pointing it towards herself and her mouth's wide open, just spraying herself in the face. You might be feeling like this, overwhelmed. Have them engage in the chat. On webinars, you have chats. Comment 1 in the chat if you feel like this, overwhelmed, oh my gosh, that was a lot of information, okay? And then you acknowledge, okay, I see Bob commented 1, Sherry commented 1, Smith commented 1, Edward commented 1, Andrew commented 1, great. Okay, here's the good news. You don't have to do this on your own. And this is where you recap. Here's what we covered today, okay? Blah, 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 okay? Now you're probably feeling like this girl once again. Now, what I want you to do is, you've got 3 options. Option 1, do nothing. How many of you guys think that that is a good option? Nobody's gonna comment. Go ahead and comment in the chat. How many of you guys think it's a good option, okay? Option 2, do it on your own. Try to figure this out. Take what you've learned today and see if you can turn it into success. Option 3, get help and coaching from people and mentors that have already done this, spent the hundreds of thousands of dollars so you don't have to. Skip the give up period, the wasted time, no guesswork, only proven results that actually work. Which option sounds best? 1, 2, or 3? Well, option 3 sounds best. All right, congratulations, good news for you. If you said option 3, introducing your product, your service. Here's where you go into your pitch. You show what they're getting, a couple more testimonials, module, 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 module. You show them what you're getting, and then after a certain point, you introduce your link, okay? And if you want this, you can get it right now today for XYZ price, and you can click the link, or you can go to www.whateverwhatever.com and get it right now today. Go on a little bit farther, go on a little bit farther, and this is typically where you start overcoming objections, okay? The typical objections that people could be thinking, oh, can I do this on my own? What if it doesn't work? refund guarees, satisfaction guarantees, mentorship guarantees, result guarantees. Okay, you start going into this, more testimonials. And for the next XYZ amount of people, or if you want to say, and if you buy right now today, you're also going to get XYZ. So this is where you have bonus offers that are included if they purchase. This is where you bonus stack and show, look, so the total value, course priced at this, or your program, your service priced at this. Only this today, show that discount. Bonus 1, valued at this, yours for free. Bonus 2, valued at this, yours for free. Bonus 3, valued at this, yours for free. Recap the offer, link drop again. Once again, go to www.whateverwhatever.com, all right? So you do that, you go a little bit further along, overcome some more objections, okay? What if I don't have the time? What if I don't have the money? Well, great, good news, you can do the 2-pay, you can do the split pay. Payment now, another payment in 30 days, split it right in half, no problem, no questions asked, you get access to the program right away. Go a little farther, more bonuses, more testimonials, recap the offer a little bit more, okay? You continue going that, the links drop again, boom, recap the offer, bonus, 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 and at a certain point you go, now, really appreciate your time, and for those of you that stuck around, I'm going to be giving you this. All you have to do is email, since you stuck around to the end of the webinar, and you'll be able to get this. Now, before you do that, there's one other thing that I would do, and in a second here, I'm going to be giving away some awesome stuff, so stick around for that, okay? It's almost like we're on a webinar right now, but this is, yeah, I have stuff I'm gonna be giving away here to those of you that are watching this right now, okay? So what I would do is FAQs, all right? And this is something that's really good to gather data on when you are actually doing your live webinars, is gather those common questions. Because chances are the common questions that you get on the live webinars are gonna be the same objections that you need to overcome in your presentation. So objections that I might get is, I'm too young, I'm too old, what if it doesn't work, what's the refund guarantee, what if I don't have a computer, are there gonna be tons of startup costs, can I do this part-time, etc. And so I have my own list of questions I know the market has asked, because there's still people on the webinar at this point that could buy, but haven't yet because I haven't really overcome their objection yet. And so I do that, I overcome those objections. Boom, I answer them, I have them on the screen, I answer, on the screen, answer, I reinstate the offer, I pitch some more, I link drop some more, bonus incentivize, and then I can move on to great. If you're stuck around, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You can pick up your attendance files by emailing us, blah, 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 at support.com, okay? So that's how to create webinars for business. It's how to create webinars for business. Now, there's two other things that you need to know right now before you leave this video, okay? One is, you're gonna have a lot of people that register, do not attend, okay? Attend and leave early, and saw, offer, did not buy, okay? I would like to figure out how to turn this acronym into sons of something something bitches, but I haven't figured out what that would stand for yet. If you know what we can change this acronym into, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. Let me know. I might pick you as a special winner on something, okay? Register, did not attend, attended, left early, saw, offer, did not buy. So let's say that 1,000 people register, okay? I would say here's some good numbers if you want to know the stats, like baseline. Above this would be better, but baseline. 1K register, there's gonna be 400 that attend, okay? And out of 400, what we'll do here, go like this. 1K register, 400 attend, there's probably gonna be 120 that actually see the offer. And then there's 280 here that attended and left early, okay? So out of the 400 and 120 saw the offer and did not buy, let's just say that I converted at 3% on an evergreen, so I get 12 sales. That means there is 108 people here that saw the offer and did not buy, and then there's still like 280 people up here that attended left early. I need to email retarget these people. I need to offer them coaching sessions, get them on the call, Skip the webinar, skip the front of the line. Hey, I know you attended. Let's get on the call. Let's get right to the root of your problem. Let's figure out how we can work together. Strategy session on the call, close them at the end on the product that they didn't actually get to because they left the webinar early. The saw offer did not buy. I always offer strategy sessions. I do email retargeting, ad retargeting, okay? I incentivize people that register and don't attend. I do email list, retargeting, text, etc., okay? You want to retarget, you want to incentivize, you want to work those deals. There's deals in there. And this is the hottest audience right here, the ones that didn't buy, but they saw the offer. They know the offer. They stuck around long enough, they cared long enough to see the whole webinar, okay? But I need a way to reach out to them. So I'm gonna call, I'm gonna email, I'm gonna text, I'm gonna offer strategy sessions, I'm gonna be running ads, I'm gonna be sending emails, boom, okay? That's the first thing you know. Second thing you need to know about this, smash the like button if you haven't done so already. Really appreciate your support. And I got some surprises in store for you. So surprise one, you wanna see what a good webinar looks like and you wanna learn how to make money online, click the link in the description, register for my webinar so you can attend and so you can learn not only how webinars are structured, but how you can actually work with me to be able to start making money online and get out of that 5 or 6 figure mediocrity level and start getting that 7-figure and beyond success like we all know that you want. So click the link in the description, make sure you register, get your hands on that training. Secondly, gonna pick a few winners here. Share this video and comment your #1 takeaway below. Share this video, comment your #1 takeaway below. You're gonna be winning Millionaire Mafia Executive Pen. I'll be picking a few winners here. This is an awesome gold and silver limited edition Millionaire Mafia Executive Pen, okay? Ship that out wherever you're at in the world. We'll be shipping that out to you. In order to be able to qualify for that, you need to share this video and comment your #1 takeaway below, and don't think you're gonna get away with it because I have systems in place to know who shared and who commented. Want a limited edition executive pen? Share this video with a friend, share it on your timeline, share it on Facebook, text it to a friend, comment your #1 takeaway below.